Assalamu alaikum. If you have watched your own life, or at least watched the lives of others around you, you've seen that your life is a journey. And it's a journey that goes through many phases. In the spiritual sense, this journey is often described as crossing the ocean of illusion to get from the illusory state that we're born in to reality. And this takes time. For some people, they're very happy at the shore of illusion. They're very happy to stay in illusion. And they believe that life is this illusion. Others believe and have somehow been fortunate enough to have understood that there's more to this existence than illusion, and that illusion is actually a lie that has been told to them to the point that they believe it, and it becomes their life. So they are in fact living a lie and treating it as if it's the truth. And unfortunately, too many people in this existence are caught in that lie and have no way of escaping to the truth. Now, the lies are many, and they cover a multitude of different things, and they've all been set up to make it easier for people to cope with their lives in illusion. But then there is the other point of view that says, stop coping with your lies, with your lives in illusion, learn about reality, and begin to alter your existence so that you attempt to cross this ocean of illusion to get to the truth, and do the things that are necessary in order to be able to find the truth, to be able to find reality. There are lots of obstacles, and there are lots of reasons for the obstacles. To get across a body of water, you need a vehicle of some sort. Let's say a raft. A raft can take you across a body of water. Now, if you cling to the raft, you can't steer it. So you have to have a raft, but you can't be attached to the vehicle that takes you, because the vehicle that takes you is for the purpose of taking you, not for the purpose of being attached to. What's the point? The deen, the religion, the path, the way, is a vehicle to take you across the ocean of illusion. But if you begin to cling to the vehicle, if you begin to cling to the deen, if you begin to cling to the religion, if you begin to cling to the path, you're not going to move on the path. You're going to make a deity out of the path, and you're going to be stuck clinging to the path. So we have to understand the nature of the path, and that there are lots of different vehicles that can cross the ocean of illusion. A raft is not the only way to get across. You could have a rowboat. You could have a steamboat. You could have an electric-powered boat. You can have lots of different kinds of boats. All of them serve a function and can get you across. So the path is not about the vehicle. The path is about making progress and moving forward. So if we have bias towards others, and if we spend our time with this bias, and if we have bias towards other religions, if we have bias towards other paths, we waste our life in the midst of bias and miss the purpose of why we're here, which is to move across illusion, this vast ocean, to get to the other side. So we need to learn to concentrate our life with the understanding that we need to make progress on this path that will take us out of illusion. And so we have to do an analysis, each of us, on what is it that holds us in illusion. Now, we have been told by the great ones who've come into this world that our goal is God, that our goal is Allah. La ilaha illallah. Nothing exists but God. So it should be self-evident that everything that we cling to other than God is going to keep us from moving forward on this path, is going to keep us stuck in the world of illusion. So we have to ask ourselves, what are the things that are permanent and are true, and what are the things that are impermanent, illusory, and false? And we have to make a differentiation in our life as to what we are going to ride. Are we going to ride the truth, or are we going to ride things that pull us away from the truth? And it's not difficult to comprehend what pulls us away from the truth, as it is also not difficult to comprehend what pulls us towards the truth. That which pulls us away from the truth is active participation in illusion, active participation in illusory activities, active participation that keep us attached to illusion and don't let us move forward towards reality. So what is it that keeps us attached to illusion? Being involved in petty differences with others, being involved in petty prejudices against others, being involved in anything that keeps us mired in the nature of what illusion does, which is creates scenarios that entangle us and that are very difficult to escape from. Keeps us entangled in circumstances that keep us attached to illusory things. So, if somebody hurts our pride, and we are constantly trying to correct the perception of who we are by others. That's an activity that is contra to finding the truth, because what's it trying to do? It's trying to change the nature of illusion that surrounds us. If we're trying to become famous and spend our time working towards becoming famous, what are we trying to do? We're trying to change the nature of who we are within illusion. If we spend our life trying to become wealthy so that we have power, what are we doing? We are constantly trying to change the nature of who we are within illusion. We need to understand that the things that we do to try and change the nature of who we are within illusion is an effort that has no result. It's an effort that can't go anywhere. It can't take you anywhere because illusion can't take you anywhere. Illusion is the shore. And you have to cross from this shore to the shore of reality. And as long as you stay within illusion, you're not making any progress. So somehow we have to begin to see the falsity of egocentric progression, of progression towards becoming more of us, the progression of becoming bigger than we were, the progression of becoming more important than we were. Until we see the falsity of that, that's going to continue to be the main objective of our existence, as it is for most people. So, in the world of illusion, we're trying to become bigger in many different ways. In the world of reality, we're trying to become smaller. Now, once we understand this difference, we can begin to work at it. And the differences between becoming bigger and becoming smaller should be sort of self-evident. As you become bigger, you become more important within the world of illusion. As you become bigger, you have more pride within the world of illusion. As you become bigger, you have more importance in the world of illusion. You can manipulate illusion better than other people who are less important. But ask yourself, what is the end result of manipulating illusion? Where does it take you? Where is it going to get you that you've become a great manipulator of illusion? It's like magicians who understand how to do magic tricks. And they come on stage and they've got all these props and all these various ways to make it look like they're doing something that's not really going on, and all the people in the audience go, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, and all the time you know it's all false while you're doing it, yet for some reason you need the oohs and the ahs to make you feel whole and to make you feel greater. But what have you accomplished? We need to give up that egocentric drive to become more important. And we have to learn how to begin to disappear in the world of illusion and begin to exist in the world of reality. And how do we do that? We do that by giving up the qualities that are attached to illusion and understanding the qualities that are attached to illusion. And what you'll find, if you look closely at yourself, you'll find that the qualities that are attached to illusion are the qualities that make you the center of the universe. The qualities that make you the most important thing in existence. The qualities that make you bigger and more pronounced. For instance, anger, jealousy, hastiness, murder, all of the things that put yourself above those who are around you and allow you to manipulate those who are around you in any way that you want, because what you want can be rationalized as what is most important. So that change, that alteration, that taking yourself out of the illusory nature of things and putting yourself into reality means that there has to become a major change in the way you perceive existence. A major change in the way you perceive your life and the life of others around you. In the egocentric world of illusion, your life is more important than anybody else's life. Your ideas are more important than everybody else's ideas. Your will is more important than everybody else's will. Your needs are more important than everybody else's needs. In reality, you begin to understand that what you need is truth, and truth can only be found when you step outside of the circle of illusion and step outside of the circle of adversarial relationships with the rest of the world. Step outside of the circle of being in conflict with the rest of the world. Step outside of the circle of being within a chaotic relationship with the world. Step into the place where you give up the relationship with the world and begin to create a relationship with Allah, to begin to create a relationship with your Creator. And you'll find that in order to do this, you have to change the way you act, the way you perceive things, and the way you do things. If you're constantly rushing from one place to another, if you're constantly in full tilt mode, you don't have the time or the ability or the inclination to slow down so that you can experience little things like mercy and compassion. You don't have the time to slow down to experience things like love and justice. You're too busy building up your self-importance. So we need to take time off from that endeavor and create a new endeavor in our life. And to do this, we have to detach from all of the things that are illusory. We have to detach from all of the things that aren't real. The teacher once described the stirring of soup. And he said, if you use a wooden spoon to stir the soup, over time, the spoon takes on all of the characteristics of the soup. It seeps through it and becomes part of it. So the spoon is no longer just a wooden spoon, it's a wooden spoon mixed with soup. But if you use an aluminum spoon to mix the soup, the spoon doesn't integrate with the soup. It does the work that it needs to do, but it isn't attached to work that it's doing. It's separate from it, and it can go on the way it needs to go on. When I was younger, much younger, and first began my professional life, I couldn't separate my work from me. And I thought I was my work. And I used to bring it home and I used to talk about it all the time. And within 3 years, I figured out this is crazy. I have been consumed by what I do in the world to the point where I can't be me. I can only be my interaction with what I'm doing out there in the world. Now, if that happens to you, think about what has happened to you. You have become defiled. You have become infiltrated. You have become consumed by the illusory world that you participate in. It has taken over your life. And unless you can detach and do what you need to do out there and then come out of it, you are going to be tied to illusion in a way that you'll never be able to untie the knot. Why? Because you've chosen to be that way. You've chosen to make it the most important thing in your life. You've chosen to give it credence over the truth and reality of existence, which can only be found in quietude and peacefulness. So we need to get away from this hectic nature of existence and find a spot that's peaceful. Find a spot that's peaceful in our life. Find a spot of repose. Find a spot where mercy and compassion are more important than power and fame. Find a spot where truth and justice are more important than being able to usurp others and control others. Find a place where you are alone with the qualities of graciousness and kindness and love. Find a place where you are alone with your Lord and you understand the truth of existence. Find a place where you're able to go to the gracious qualities of Allah, to the gracious qualities of our Creator, to the love and kindness of our Creator. Find a place where you can sit still and go to that place that transcends the illusory existence that we were born into and that so many of us are tied to in a way that we can't get out of. Become still. Become quiet. Become unattached to the cares of the world. Become unattached to the praise and blame that the world throws at you. Become unattached to all of the things that we used to consider important. Become free. And to do that, we have to find a new way to bind ourselves. So instead of binding ourselves to a religion, or binding ourselves to a prejudice, or binding ourselves to a hatred, or binding ourselves to worldly ideas, we begin to bind ourselves to transcendent qualities. We begin to bind ourselves to compassion. We begin to bind ourselves to mercy and love. We begin to bind ourselves to truth and justice. And we watch ourselves very carefully so that we don't stray from those ideals. We don't allow ourselves to move into the arena of aggressive behavior. We don't allow ourselves to move into the arena of chaos. We don't allow ourselves to do things that are contrary to the transcendent qualities of Allah. It takes an active effort to continue to do this. And as we're floating across this ocean of illusion, we can't stop to pick fights with the sharks. We can't stop to watch what's going on and lose our way. We have to keep a steady, centered focus on our purpose, and we need to truly understand our purpose. May it become important for us. May it become the supremely important thing in our life so that we can continue to move forward in the appropriate way. May the release of the binds of illusion come easy to us. May we be able to cut them as if we were slicing through butter. May it become our impetus to be pushed through illusion into the realm of reality. It's the only way we can save ourselves. And we can't wait for others to save us. We have to become the ones who save us. And we become the ones who save us through right action, right purpose, correct endeavor, and a correct understanding of what is and isn't true. May Allah show us the way and take us all on the straight path. Ameen, ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.